Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons show. I will have some announcements and a recap for all of you, but before I get to any of that, Nick, why don't you go ahead and start off a quick round of player introductions?
Hi, I'm Nick. I play Embers of White Ash, the Sun Soul the Bags Monk.
Hi, I'm Kay. I play Lady Elwyn Amalos, who's the Elvish Circle of the Land druid.
Hello, I'm Melissa, and I play Charm, who is a Thrycreen Ranger.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Vert, who is an artificer, changeling, something. Yeah, that's right. Normally I get that fine. Yeah, got him.
Thank you, everyone. Those announcements we talked about. We premiere our episodes on YouTube on Mondays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Throughout the show, we use a variety of custom items, as well as custom monsters, etc. So be aware of that as we're watching. Our character portraits, which you'll see all over the info card, were drawn by Krista Porter. And, I was going to simplify this so I didn't forget. Is it Zyra?
Yeah, it's Zyra Brittany, I think.
Zyra Brittany, yes. Did the one for Charm. So you can find the information for them down in the description for the video. If you need a refresher on anything that's going on in the campaign, you can check out our campaign wiki at World Anvil. Check the video description for links and information about all kinds of various things, including some links to Black Lives Matter and Stop Asian Hate resources. And finally, you can follow us on Twitter at Antiheroes Anon. And we just hope you enjoy the show, share it with your friends, and come back to watch some more. So, without me blathering on anymore, let's go ahead and roll the intro video. And welcome back. Previously on Antiheroes Anonymous, the Silver Seekers hold the deed to a keep in the city of Amberhearth. However, upon arriving in the city, they discovered they have a problem. The city has been overrun with giant ants, which are streaming forth from nests across the city. Together with Dot, a dwarven beekeeper, Night Mantis, a mysterious warrior loyal to Vert, and Charm, a vagabond hailing from the Spellscar Desert, who is currently taking care of their keep, the Seekers and their allies must save what is left of the city. After a skirmish with ants and an excursion beneath a local quarry, Elwyn took the initiative to infiltrate the nest as an ant. She managed to meet with the queen, but in doing so, she found out that a disturbingly warped kobold may have had a hand in the events. So we are going to start tonight's episode with Elwyn in a little bit of a pinch. But before we get into what's going on with Elwyn, I thought we would start with the group of you. So my first question to you is, what side of the city were you on when Elwyn made her first foray into the center of the city as an ant? So there are anthills in kind of the northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest corners, and then there's a central anthill. So I assume you were kind of near one of the fringes of the city, the northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, one of those sides. And depending on which side you were on, things might be a little bit different. So,
Do you have the map of the city?
I do, but not on Roll20.
Not on Roll20, okay.
I can send it on Discord.
Where's the keep at?
Sec.
It's in like the north, right?
The keep is in kind of the northeast direction.
Because I felt like we just came straight from there, right? Like, so I would assume
Yeah.
we'd
Keeps in
be
the northwest. So
yeah, I would assume we'd be in between the keep and the central anthill, if that's where Elwyn was going.
Okay, so you're probably right up next to the northwestern anthill then, since it's kind of on the edge of the forest there, in between your keep and the central one.
mhm.
Okay.
It's not that far from the central, yeah.
So the group of you saw the blue-tinted ant that is Elwyn head off into the city, accompanied by a couple other worker ants. But the group of you are kind of left on the edge of the city, unable to follow after her. What do you do initially? It's Vert in the disguise of Rhyme, Charm, Embers, and I believe Night Mantis, having left Torin behind at the keep to guard Dot.
I think there's only one thing to do, which is panic, right?
I want to run a small experiment,
Tell me about it.
which is like because they're not really, from what I understand, they're like kind of they're taking stuff apart in the city,
Mhm.
but I don't know if they like are attacking creatures on sight. It doesn't seem like they're going out of their way to hurt people. So I want to see how close I can get before they start taking an interest.
Okay. Roll. Do you want to try to like sneak up, or are you just trying to?
No, I want to be seen, but I want to see like how close do I have to be before they start caring.
Then this is an animal handling check, I
Okay.
think.
Find where that is in my sheet. Find my sheet. Okay. That's a 21.
Oh dang. Okay. You can get pretty close to the worker ants as they're going about their business, and they don't seem to pay you much mind.
Mhm.
But as soon as you start to get closer to the ant hills themselves, some of these like black carapaced soldier ants
Mhm.
Immediately start to come your direction and kind of
If
clap their mandibles at you.
If I back off, do they also back off?
They kind of hold their position and watch
Mhm.
you back off, but they don't go for you beyond
Okay.
that. So it
Okay.
seems like they're being territorial of their hills, but you can actually get pretty close to the worker ants without causing too much trouble.
Interesting. Well, it's something we know now.
Okay.
I think Charm would try to stealthily make her way to the anthill that Lady Elwyn went down, just to be nearby in case she hears something alarming.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Ooh, that's 19 on die. Plus 6, so 25.
You begin to stalk off in that direction, and the group of you see Charm kind of stealthily move from building to building, hopping between alleyways when ants aren't looking and things like that. And Rhyme, Night Mantis looks to you and kind of looks to Charm and says, I don't like the idea of her going by herself. I'm going to follow.
Do you want me to follow? Right?
She kind of like raises an eyebrow at you and then says, if you think you can do it without being seen, sure. And then she takes off without waiting for you to confirm anything.
I'm going to wait for Rhyme to tell me it's okay.
No, I think we should stick together.
Okay.
In case something happens.
Okay. Well, Night Mantis sneaks off after Charm. Charm, you can get pretty close to the central anthill without being seen, and you kind of take up a post. It's kind of in what looks like a town square area. There's a big central tree.
Okay, so I'll stand really close to the tree and change my carapace to match it.
Well, going up to the tree would put you like right next to the anthill. You'd probably be seen if you did that. But you can get like right up into the alley of the nearest house, and kind of hide in the shade there.
Okay.
What does it look like when you change your carapace, though, to camouflage?
I think she kind of looks around at her environment and just kind of gives a little shimmer, and her whole carapace kind of twinkles and glows until it settles into the colors that she wants it to be.
Cool.
And
And
like vibrates.
after
a
you've
frog.
sat there for about a minute with your carapace changed to match the colors of your surroundings, you see Night Mantis come around the corner and kind of creep down the alleyway that you're in, and she physically bumps into you. What the hell?
I go,
Oh, Charm, didn't see you there. Neat trick.
thank you. I'm full of them, I guess.
So now we have Charm and Night Mantis watching over the central anthill, and you can see ants are basically pouring up out of it and going back into it in kind of constant streams. And there are soldier ants guarding this central anthill. And there's no sign of Elwyn. Rhyme and Embers, the two of you are kind of back closer to the northwestern anthill. By yourselves now, and a couple minutes have passed, and you haven't heard from Night Mantis and Charm or from Elwyn.
You said a couple minutes?
It stretches on to like 10 minutes.
Okay, one sec. Let me check something. How far away was the central anthill from where we were?
I mean, you're on the edge of town, and it's in the middle of town, so quite a ways.
Quite a ways. Okay, so
Yeah.
further than message?
Definitely further than message.
Okay. Well, I'm going to send Soul up into the air, because I don't think there's any flying ants, to look for the two of them.
Okay.
We know kind of roughly what direction they went, right? Like, so, okay.
Can you roll a perception check? For
Yes.
Soul?
Can I help Soul somehow, or is that just not going to happen?
I think since he's up in the air, he's kind of on his own.
That's okay. Let me look at his stats. 1 second. It's like the Artificer page is just so big. 1 sec. Where's... I don't know where he... Oh, there he... Okay. And then his perception... Proficiency. Okay, got it. So... That's pretty good. That is 18.
18. That's exactly what you needed to spot Night Mantis.
Wonderful.
You don't. He doesn't see any sign of Charm, but he catches sight of the forest green and burnt oranges of Night Mantis's armor. And yeah, he can tell that they're sort of right by the central anthill, kind of just waiting and watching for now.
Okay, and then I guess what I'll do... Yep, I don't have that spell prepared. Okay. So I guess I'll just have Soul come back and affirm that they saw one or the two of them, or if we can assume that we know where both of them are, and then just go back up in the air and kind of watch them. And then if anything weird happens, then they can come back, and Embers and I can help out if we need to.
Okay. So that's the setup. That's where everyone is.
Yep.
Let's switch down to Elwyn.
Oh boy.
If you want to open up Roll20, I will shift it over to the map just so viewers at home can have a visual.
Yeah, let me resize it, and I will shift it for the viewers at home.
To set the scene, Elwyn,
And
you were
win.
brought down a long vertical shaft by one of these soldier ants, easily over 1,000 feet down into the earth. And you were brought into a chamber that is basically filled with all these eggs, and some of them kind of rattle on occasion. Within the chamber, there are two winged black carapist ants that have mandibles that look more vicious than any other ant you've seen so far. And there is a large ant. She's probably about the size of a horse, with a bright cherry red carapace and wings that come back off of her back, a stinger at the very back of her. What's the part of the ant? Is it the thorax? The back?
Thorax?
Yes, the thorax, I think.
Sounds right.
And this entire scene is tended to by a small kobold-like creature with sort of rubbery, smooth, pale purplish skin with just patches of black and white scales remaining. It looks like their scales have kind of fallen off for the most part, but there's still patches remaining. And this kobold has like big bulging eyes, and 4 tentacle-like appendages that kind of dangle down from its jaw. And it is currently in the process of sort of stroking the queen ant and sort of whispering into her ears. And one of these guard ants sees you and comes forward. Basically getting antenna to antenna with you. And it says, "Now, who might we have here? What is your business with the queen? Who said you could come down here? What is your authorization?"
Well, I have been told that I can come and pay my respects, so I may join the colony. Please put me to work wherever you need me.
And it kind of appraises you and looks at you and says, in kind of like a skeptical voice, "I don't recall hearing anything about an ant like you matching your description. Who was
Well,
it who sent you down here?"
I did not catch their names, sir. They were on the surface. They told me to follow the scent and I came here.
Well, I am Antony of the Queen's Guard, and I suppose I will leave it to her judgment as to whether you are worthy to remain in her presence. Fair warning, the punishment, if proven otherwise, is death. And he kind of steps back to his position. And the other guard ant kind of gives you a look as you walk into the chamber and just kind of like looks to Antony, shakes her head, and then like looks at you like just kind of rolling her eyes. And then she says, "Oh, don't you mind him. Now I'm Chantel, and I'm sure the queen is gonna love you." And you're allowed to step forward.
Okay. Yeah, I will step gingerly around the eggs.
Good.
And I don't know where I can stand. Don't want to get too close.
Mm-hmm.
And
The
just
queen
say,
looks
Your
at
Majesty.
you imperiously.
Your Majesty, please accept my sincere apologies for barging in on your personal chambers.
"Oh, now don't you have just lovely manners? What might your name be?"
My name is Antwin.
"A delightful name. I am Queen Antoinette."
Oh, small world.
What business do you have? I've never seen your like before down here.
Well, I've come from very far away and have been hoping to join this marvelous colony. What an amazing thing you have done in this territory.
Oh, yes, we have, haven't we? We have, 5 anthills on the surface now, and we collect such marvelous things. You should see the creatures we are breeding down in Anthill 2. They're beautiful. Feathery ones, strange feathery creatures, and ones with fur. My workers found them and brought them to me. Oh, they're gorgeous.
I see. This is all unique and interesting work. I've never heard of an ant colony doing such things. Fascinating.
Well, we are truly thriving. And from where do you hail?
From the south.
Yes, I know of the south, of course. I've been there myself. Yes, fine anthills in the south. That explains why you are such a beautiful creature.
Oh, well, thank you. I'd hate to, I would hate to even attempt to rival your beauty, however.
Naturally. But such manners. I hesitate to ask, but if you did indeed come to join this colony, what sort of work would you be capable of?
Well, I am but a humble worker ant. I can carry great loads, and I can climb up and down as much as I need to, and I can bring you things of great interest.
She nods her head along with this and kind of brings 2 of her forearms up to kind of stroke the bottom of her face. And she says, well, that's just delightful. I'm certain we can find a place for you within the colony. Let me just consult with my dear friend here. And she turns towards the kobold creature who is kind of tending to her. And she kind of like begins to rub her antenna onto its head. And they commune that way with some communication that you are not part of for several moments before he kind of turns towards you. But while they're doing that, Elwyn, could you make a perception check?
I would love to. This one. Oh no. Well, I mean, that's a 12. That's not terrible.
Okay, that's not terrible.
I thought it was really bad, but it's okay.
You notice, sort of, because your attention is drawn to their heads as she's bringing her head so close to this creature's head to sort of, rub antennas with him or it and commune with it. Her head is actually, now that you look at it from this side, it's like a darker color than the rest of her carapace. Almost like it almost like fades from like a dark red into a black. And the closer you look at it, you realize that something is actually surrounding her head that is not carapace. It's this like strange, partially translucent something. But she communicates with this creature for a bit, and it sort of, when they're done talking, circles around towards you and reaches out a hand towards you.
Can I insight check?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay. All right. That is 21.
You think that this is kind of like, you know, if you as a human were trying to approach like a deer or like a wild animal, this creature is trying to sort of calm you and get you to allow it to approach you, but not with any sort of malicious intent.
And from just based on what I can tell, they totally believe that I am an ant.
As far as you can tell, yep.
Okay. All right. Then I will put my antenna out.
Okay. Yeah, and
Over his head.
it reaches up to your antenna and kind of allows you to use your antenna to feel its hand, and then it puts its hand on your head and says, "Oh, yes, you are quite the specimen, aren't you? Yes, Queen Antoinette was quite right. Snork can find a place for you in the colony. Yes, he can."
Snork. I appreciate the compliments.
He doesn't seem to respond at all to the words that you project.
Okay. That's fine.
And he just kind of feels your head and then backs off a little bit, and then goes back to conferring with the queen silently. And then finally the queen turns back to you and says, "Well, Master Snork, he does approve, and he's the final test here." So, yes, I believe we can find a place for you within the colony. Why don't you join? Let's see. We have artifact gatherers throughout the city, bringing things down into the northwest anthill, collecting them, and then they bring me the most delightful ones. Why don't you join them for now? And
That sounds fascinating, Your Majesty. Thank you.
yes, excellent. And then we will see. Perhaps if you do well, we will promote you to higher service. Heavens
Excellent.
knows there's positions within my chamber to be filled. And she kind of nods at you.
I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you, Your Majesty.
And then Antony, at the edge of the room, kind of comes up and approaches you and says, "Right, it's time to go now."
Yes, sir. And I will turn and I will back out of the room, like backwards, doing a little ant nod, bows to the queen.
Okay. Antony is escorting you back up to over here, actually,
Great.
that's where the shaft upward is. This
Yep.
sort of ring of yellow things indicates where the shaft goes upward.
Yeah, great. I am pleased to be escorted back in that direction. I will follow.
As you pass these two soldier ants, could you roll a perception check?
Okay. Uh, 11.
11. One of them, as you're passing, whispers to the other in a very bad whisper, "Well, that's it. You owe me tomorrow's rations, Zant, because she survived. She didn't get eaten." And the ant, who is apparently named Zant, kind of looks glum and says, "Aww." And you pass them and head up the shaft.
Great. Yep. I am just gonna do my cute little ant wink at them as I pass. Go up the shaft, back up to the surface.
Yeah, if ants could blush, they would.
Do ants have eyelids? Can they even wink?
Whatever the equivalent of winking is
Who
in
knows?
ant sign language.
Okay, all right.
I'm sure there's an
It's-
equivalent.
It's honestly probably projecting a specific scent or something like that.
Mhm.
Ooh,
A little toot.
so lovely. Yeah, you think you've probably charmed them as you make your way back up the anthill.
All right.
The ants who greet you at the top kind of direct you towards a specific part of the city to start gathering treasures for the queen. Do you want to go do that, or what's the plan?
Are they attempting to come with me, or are they just pointing me in a direction?
They're pointing you in a direction.
and
Yep.
being like, okay, then I will head off in that direction. And as soon as I'm around the corner and out of sight, I will change back into myself.
Okay. Charm, you and Night Mantis see the blue carapaced ant come back out of the anthill. What would you like to do?
Nudge Night Mantis and I point and quietly follow her.
Well, I'll be damned. She did it. Roll a stealth check.
Didn't even have to roll.
That is a 10.
Okay. As you and Night Mantis sort of turn to go, you come face to face with a line of ants that has decided to make this alleyway their path back to the anthill, and you bump directly into it. Both of you failed your stealth check.
Great.
Elwyn, roll a perception check, and we'll see if you notice this happening.
Oh.
Also, Zach, can you roll me one for
Oh, we need a new one for Soul?
Soul?
Okay, sure.
Just to notice this specific incident.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 19.
Okay.
Oh boy. I've rolled for perception on die a 5, a 4, and now a 2. So this
Oh,
has
no.
been great. So that is only a 9.
A 9. Okay, so you don't initially hear the commotion. You'll probably be around late to join the combat. But I'm going to drag you guys over to another screen.
All right.
Okay.
It's supposed to be her one job, stealth.
You and Night Mantis both.
Just like my one job was supposed to be insight, and how many times have I failed those rolls? So.
Oh, this
Okay.
looks
Fair.
amazing.
Let's get this set up. So Charm,
I
Wow.
like this map.
Mhm.
I will...
Creepy crawly.
I didn't make this map, so I will put a link to the artist for this map in the description. They have a Patreon. Let's see. Okay, so Charm and Night Mantis will put you in this alley over here. Elwyn, I'm going to put you kind of off to the side here.
Okay.
And then Embers and Vert, you're probably a ways away.
Yeah, is this the anthill?
That is the anthill.
Okay.
Yep. And let me just get some ants for you to have bumped into.
Which direction are Embers and I?
You'll be over in this direction.
Did you ping?
Oh, sort of the northwest.
Oh, so we're okay. That's fine.
Let me just grab. Boop, boop, boop. Layer, token layer. There we go. And one more layer, token layer. There we go. There's ants coming this direction now. Okay. Oh, and I need to make the soldier ants visible. There we go. Let's roll initiative.
Oh boy. We need some combat music.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Are we rolling on D&D Beyond?
If you
Or-
want to, go for it. It should plug into the encounter automatically if you do.
Oh, sorry, I
Okay.
forgot.
That's okay.
Okay.
How did Embers do?
Dirty 20.
20. And Elwyn automatically
I-
plugged in.
I rolled a 13.
And Vert.
Just for the people
Oh,
listening.
we're
at
rolling
home.
too. Okay. I got a 12.
12. Okay. There we go. Okay, so Embers, you... Oh. I closed the wrong one. Shoot. That's okay. I can transfer it over. Elwin got a 13, Bert got a 12. And 20 there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Embers, you would have been up first, and then Elwin would have been next, but both of you are a couple turns out from reacting to anything. Elwin, you'll get a turn next turn, I think.
Okay.
Vert, you're sort of in the same situation as Embers. You would have been next, but you're a little ways away. So by this point, Soul has noticed it and probably conveyed it to you, and then you can start running this direction. Night Mantis then gets the first actual initiative, and she is right up next to this ant. So rather than reaching for her pistols, she goes for her side sheath and pulls out a short sword, and will make 2 short sword attacks against this ant. One of them misses, but the other one is a natural 20, which basically cuts the ant in half. Charm, you're up next.
Okay. So let's see. The nearest one to me. Are we battling? Okay, that one. All right. So I'll move forward and make. Backwards back here, and I'll make 3 attacks.
Okay, go for it.
Alrighty. If I can get my sheet together. Okay, that is a 13 plus. They're going to be short sword attacks also.
That hits, and it's a minion, so it's dead.
So with the first hit, it's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do I still have enough movement to get back over there? Or is there any more back there? So that was probably 5, 10, 15. So I'll go back to where I was before. And I just made 1 attack. So can I hold the other 2? No.
I don't think you can, unfortunately.
Okay, that's enough for now.
But yeah, you cleared out the immediate threat, which is good.
So I'll just kind of have the other ones coming out. They notice us though, still.
They do.
Okay.
And their turn is next, so they start turning in your direction.
Okay. All right, so that's it for now.
15, 25.
Oh boy.
You've got them nicely bottlenecked, though. They don't seem to be able to get more than 2 at you at once. And we'll just say that these ones basically show up, and then these soldier ants begin making their way in that direction as well. And the other ants will continue along their merry way, going different directions. Some of them going down the anthill, some of them going away from it. They'll continue on their path. So the 2 that can make attacks against Charm will go ahead and try and bite you. One of them rolled a natural 2, so that's a miss. Only a 6 to hit. The other one rolled a 19 to hit. No, 21.
Hits.
Okay. So you take 6 bludgeoning damage as it gets its mandibles around you. And then it whips a sting around to try and sting you as well. But that's only a 13 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. Okay. So you take that damage, and then you are grappled. Oh, grappled and restrained. Oh, so it actually gets advantage on its sting, which does hit on a natural 20. So it does 7 piercing damage on the sting.
Okay.
Okay. Then it is the soldiers. They can't get to you. I actually moved them early. That's my bad. Embers. This would be your second turn out of the initiative. We'll say you arrive on the next one.
Oh, okay.
Same with Vert. Elwyn, you notice the situation. Some ants quickly change direction and start moving a different way aggressively. And you follow their direction, and you can see Night Mantis and Charm backed into an alley with these ants kind of flooding in.
Oh, I can see them from where I am.
Probably at least well,
Because they're kind of around the corner.
yeah, they're kind of around the corner. But this house is kind of ruined. I'll say that part of the wall is knocked out, and you can at least see Charm.
Okay. Do I get my turn?
Yep, you get your turn.
Okay. Can I how can I use my movement to get up on the roof of the house?
With an athletics check, sure.
Okay. We'll try it.
We'll just say DC 11.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna roll one of these. I don't think I have a plus. Nope, I have like a negative to athletics. So that's a 6.
No, not quite. So you try and scrabble up the wall, but
All right, then.
even though it's ruined, there you can't get the handholds.
Okay,
and-
well then, I assume. So if this house is dilapidated, is there a way that I can go into it through like a hole and then kind of use my movement? Let's see. To come like into the house and then like over here, or if there's a window that or a hole I can look out of on the
Yeah,
side of
sure.
it. Okay.
to give yourself
All
a
right.
little cover.
Yeah, give myself a little cover, also get a little closer, and then let's see.
Yeah, it's clear that the ants have like pulled down timbers and just pieces of the wall and like doors and door frames and things like that. So there's holes all throughout these buildings that you can duck in and out of.
Great. So seeing that I'm not strong enough to pull myself onto the roof, I duck in through and weave, bob and weave, slid to a stop next to a hole in the wall, thrust my hands out of the hole, and these flurries of snow manifest around my hands and shoot through the open space, dipping in and around legs of worker ants into the space. A 40-foot cube space, which I
Okay.
believe.
Wanna
And I
draw
get to pick. I get to pick 6 of them, so it doesn't really need to persist. Oh, sorry. I'm like pointing with my arrow, and I don't think anyone could see it. This area-ish here. But basically, I want that one and that one. Wait. So the 2 soldiers. 1, 2,
soldiers,
3,
right.
4, 5. And then maybe the 4 workers that are closest to Charm.
Okay.
And I'm casting slow as the snow flurries flurry around these ants and stick to their legs and bodies and try to reduce their movement with the cold.
The workers rolled a natural 1. I'm doing them all on 1 save, so they all fail. And I will do the soldiers separately. Is it a Constitution?
It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom.
And the DC is 16.
2 failures then. So everyone who you hit is slowed.
Great. So their speed is halved. Their AC has a -2 penalty. Their dex saves have a -2 penalty. They can't use reactions. On their turn, they can either use use an action or a bonus action, not both. It can't make more than 1 melee or ranged attack during its turn.
That's really good. I'm gonna grab the...
It can also repeat the wisdom save at the end of each of its turns, and the effect will end on a success.
Okay, I'm just pulling up the spell to hopefully help me remember. That is a really good spell, but as you cast it, you think that... what components does it have, actually?
Verbal, somatic, and material. So all
So
of
you
them.
definitely draw the attention of the worker ants nearby you.
Okay. That's fine. I don't have a bonus action hide ability. And I think I used all my movement to get over here, so that is my turn.
Okay. Vert, one more turn and you will show up, but you're not quite here yet.
I was gonna ask if Soul can do stuff since he was like hovering. No? Okay. that's
Probably
fine.
not, because he had to kind of, go back and alert you, and then you
Yeah,
have
that
to
makes
run
sense.
over here.
That makes sense. Okay.
Technically, you probably would take more than 2 turns to run here, but just for
I mean, that's fine. That's what
rule
happens.
of fun.
Or since everything's here in half a turn, that's fine too.
I was gonna say, can I spend resources to be here now?
Rule of
She's
fun.
really fast.
I love that.
There they are,
It's like
numbers.
already way faster than you should be, so I'm gonna say no
Okay.
this one time.
Fair.
Okay, Night Mantis' turn goes next. Now that she doesn't have any ants directly threatening her, she pulls out the pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she'll shoot for the soldier ants, I think. They have reduced AC by 2, you said?
Yes, their AC is reduced by 2.
So those are both hits, actually, because of the reduced AC.
Yeah. My spell
She'll
did
just shoot for
something.
1 first.
Your spell is slow, Ellen, but you're not.
Ha ha ha.
The bullets both tear through this ant over here. And you can see that it just one of the bullets takes off like 2 of its legs. The other one takes off like a big chunk of its thorax. That ant looks really bad now.
The soldier.
Yep.
For the podcast listeners.
The soldier for the
You don't have
podcast
the-
listeners.
The visual.
And then she's got bonus actions. Let's see. Oh, I see. That's a different thing than I thought it was. She won't. Oh, she will kind of hold up her ring. She has a ring on one of her fingers, and she speaks a command word, and this energy shield erupts from the side of her arm. So she will do that.
Great.
Give herself a little bit of AC. Oh, and it actually leaps into the air and kind of hovers next to her, so it doesn't actually take up her arm, which is great. Okay, Charm.
Okay. So Charm is going to. I can still cast a spell, right? While I'm grappled and restrained. So 5 feet in front of me, I'm going to cast Cordon of Arrows.
Okay.
What that does is 4 pieces of ammunition. I'm going to say arrows are in the ground, and they have magic on them. So until the spell ends, whenever a creature other than me comes within 30 feet of the ammunition for the first time, or a turn ends there, the ammunition flies up and gets it. Creature must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 1d6 piercing damage.
That's really cool for this specific situation.
And then the ammunition is destroyed.
Okay. Since they're already within your area, it will happen at the end of their turn. But that's still very cool. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Since I cast the spell, that's my action. Let's see. Oh, I can still do my swarm though, right?
I think you have to hit with an attack to do the swarm.
Okay.
So okay. No bonus actions then?
Yeah, I do have one. I am going to shove one of the creatures into one of them. Into one of the arrows. They have to succeed on a strength save, DC 14.
Oh, with your telekinetic shove, right.
Yeah!
Let's see. Giant worker ants are actually quite strong. But not strong enough. Not strong enough. It fails. Which one do you want to shove?
The nearest one to me. Either one of those.
The one that's grabbing you?
Oh, yeah. If I could do that one, sure.
For your shove, do you have to push it back, or can you pick a direction?
It says it can be moved 5 feet toward or away from me. So
Can't really move either of those directions.
okay, well let's pick a different ant that's a little bit further away that can go into the space where the cordon of arrows is then.
Like that one or this one?
Either one.
Okay. This one will get shoved backwards. Forcing it to move won't trigger the attack, but if it moves towards you, which it likely will at the start of its turn, that will trigger the cordon of arrow. So you shove it back, and it looks like it's about to lurch forward again, which will definitely trigger one of these arrows.
Okay.
All right, end of your turn. It is the worker ants. Indeed, the one that was shoved back lurches forward and needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
-2.
Rolled a 3. This
Minus
wasn't one of
2.
the slowed one, but
Oh.
still rolled a 3. So
So 1d6 of damage, and I got a 3.
and it dies. That arrow just rips through it.
Good
The
job.
worker ant that is grabbing you will. It's gonna pick you up and move away a little bit. What's its speed? 40 feet. Okay.
The one that's grabbing her is one of the slowed ones.
Oh
Its
yeah. So
speed is
it's-
halved.
So it can only really go 10 feet to there. Actually, to there, I think. One more up. And then it will double that. So it will go 10 more feet. To there. Cool. Good turn. Another one of them moves and triggers the cordon. This one rolls a 16 on its dex save.
Passes.
That one also -2.
That one would be a -2 because it's
So
slowed.
14 on its dex save.
Well, then it mates.
So it,
Oh, so it still passes. Darn.
Doesn't say anything about a failed or a successful save. So I guess that's one arrow that misses. So there's still 2 left.
The spell lets me designate creatures that ignore the spell too. So I'm gonna say my allies ignore it though.
Another one of them moves, and an arrow rips up out of the ground and pierces it, and it dies.
Great.
And a 4th one here moves stupidly, trying to get to you. Failure, and your final arrow rips up out of the ground, and dead ant.
Nice.
Yay!
Very good.
The ones that can reach you now, there's 2 of them. They're both slowed. Does that affect their attacks?
They can only do,
Only make
if they
one.
have multi-attack, they can only do one.
Okay, so they both bite at you with advantage because you're restrained. So there's one hit, and because it was like a 19 on dice, and the other one is a 20 total. So I think that's 2 hits. So that is a total of 12 bludgeoning damage from both of them. Okay. The soldier ants will take advantage of the opening and kind of move in for Night Mantis.
They are also at half speed.
Yes, they have 40 though, so they can
Just
5, 10,
reminding
15,
you.
20 definitely get up there. This one can't get up to Night Mantis while it's slowed though, so it will go for Charm instead.
One attack.
One attack. I appreciate you being so on it, Kay.
I know you have a lot to keep track of, and this is a
Slow
very
does a lot of things.
it
Yeah.
does a lot of
Mhm.
things. So I'm trying to teach myself as well by repeating it over and over.
Is that the case? Yes, it is. Okay. The soldier misses with its bite on Charm. And the one that tries to bite Night Mantis hits. Actually, what is her AC with the shield? Yeah, just hits. Just hits. With her shield, her AC is 20, but it rolled a 21. So Night Mantis takes. Let's see. The soldier does. Oh, I didn't up its bite damage from the worker. Oh, it's just the sting that gets upped. That's right. The soldier does 6 damage to Night Mantis and grapples and restrains her. She kind of struggles against it. Okay. Big
The
turn
ants,
for the
that
ants.
have been slowed get to repeat their saving throw at the end of their turn.
Thank you for that reminder as well.
Yeah.
And I've also just remembered that there's ants over by Elwyn, so I should have moved them towards her.
Oh boy.
We'll take care of the slowed ones first, though. So there's how many are still alive and slowed?
There's 3 workers and 2 soldiers.
The workers, I'm rolling. Well, I'll roll separate saves for them now that they've been affected.
DC 16. Wisdom.
One rolled a 17, one rolled a 4.
Okay.
So we will unslow this one. And for the soldiers, both failures.
There's one soldier remaining that's
One
holding
worker.
charm.
Oh.
I believe.
Well,
One
they both-
worker, yes.
Yeah.
One worker remaining that's holding charm. There were 3 that were still slowed.
Oh. Another 17.
Dang it. Should have reminded him. It's fine.
Don't worry.
Oh boy.
They all come up to the window and are kind of crowding at it. They don't look like they've caught on to the fact that they can just go directly through holes in the house just yet.
Great.
So let's see. I will make 3 attacks at you, but I'm going to give you
Cover?
half cover, so that's +2 to your AC.
Oh boy. I'm gonna need more than that. The way you've been rolling.
Let's see. The workers have +4 to their attacks, I think. Yes. So an 18,
Yep.
but -2.
No,
Well,
because
I
they're
guess
not.
it's +2 to your AC.
Yeah, +2 to my AC. Yeah.
A 17
Yep.
and a 7.
7 misses.
Okay. Well,
That half cover did shit for me. That's great.
That's it. It caused. Yeah, that's true. But you still
Yeah.
have it against. Now that they've got you grappled, 2 of them can make. Well, actually, only one of them can grapple you at a time. One of them can make a sting attack, but you still have the cover against that. It's an 18,
need-
so that's another hit.
That's another hit. Cool. Yeah, I need the damage separately because I need to roll Constitution saving throws or concentration checks for that.
Right. Okay.
And I don't have the fancy armor from Vert that lets me
Little mind sting.
yeah, whatever it was.
Each
So
of the 3 attacks was 6 damage, so you just need 3 DC 10 saves.
okay, so 6 times 3 is 18. Oof. Oh boy. It may not matter. Because what was the sting attack? How much did the sting attack do?
It was 6 as well.
6 as well.
Yeah,
oh
so
my
6,
god.
6, 6. All 3 6.
Oh,
2
I
bites,
thought
1
I was.
sting.
Oh, okay. I thought I was hit 4 times. All right. Well, I'll just roll 3d20s and see if any of them are. I don't have any bonus to con, you guys.
You got this?
Yeah, that's a natural 1.
Okay.
I only rolled above a 10 on one of them, so slow is done. But, that makes sense because Elwyn's, real hurt right now. I'll update my HP on Roll20.
Yeah, Elwyn and Charm are in rough positions here. And Night Mantis is grappled too. But luckily, that's
The
the end
cavalry's
of
coming.
that round. And yes, the cavalry arrives up in the northwest corner of the map. I will bring in Embers, Vert, and Soltem.
Oops.
Boop-a-doop. And Embers, it's your turn.
Great.
You can see Night Mantis in the jaws of a soldier ant
where are
from
we
where you're at. Northwest corner of the map.
Okay, I see.
But I can't see Elwyn, right?
Yeah, I'm inside a
actually-
house. You can see ants crowding around it, probably.
Yeah.
I'll say, Embers, get those big ones.
I'm trying to figure out my line of sight here.
I mean, yeah, I'm inside the building, too.
Yeah.
So.
I really want to come save you, Ellen, but I'm sorry.
That's fine. I can save myself. I'm a big girl.
Okay. Embers comes inside the house and seeing Charm in trouble is going to make a few Radiant Bolt attacks. Let
worth
us start with the one that is restraining her. It's only one that's restraining Charm, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You
Okay.
can really only be grappled by one
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That's a 24 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's one down.
The one that was restraining her was this one.
Okay.
So I'm just going to delete them instead of making them X's because this was getting real complicated.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna go. Then I'm gonna go after this soldier that looks really hurt.
This one by Charm.
Yeah. So the second Radiant Bolt is does a 15 hit?
Let me double check, but I think so. It does.
Sweet. That is 8 radiant damage.
It's still alive.
Okay.
But that radiant damage explodes a hole through the center part of the ant.
Okay. Third attack is I'm rolling good. A 26
Oh yeah.
or another 8 radiant damage.
That does the trick, and
Okay.
it drops dead.
All right. I'm not gonna spend another. Okay, I'm not gonna spend key points to get 3 attacks.
And kind of seeing you coming charging out, Night Mantis, who's kind of grappling with the jaws of this thing. She's trying to pry the jaws apart.
Mhm.
She shouts to you, "I think your friend Elwyn's in trouble over there," and kind of points over her shoulder.
Okay. 1 second. Let me check something real quick. 25 feet, so I can still move another 15. So I can get to about here and see Ellen from here.
Yeah, probably you can see her just being surrounded by ants flocking that building.
But that's my action, bonus action, and full movement.
Okie dokie. Elwyn, you're up.
Okay. So if I were to wild shape into something bigger, would it break the grapple?
I will make it roll a check to try and hold on to you.
Okay. Then I'm going to wild shape as my action into a walrus, which is a large creature.
I don't have a walrus token, and I kind of doubt there's a free one, but I will check.
That's funny.
Oh, actually, there's a walrus. Come on. It's not dragging over. There we go. Did that work?
I don't see a walrus. I see giant Elwyn.
Oh, never mind. It's not a. It was not a free asset. It was a premium asset, which I
Oh.
don't have. So, never mind. Yeah,
That's
we'll
fine.
just use giant Elwyn. You're a walrus.
I'm a walrus. So
What's your spell save DC?
my spell save DC is 16.
Okay, that's what I'll set the DC at for it to hold on to you.
Hmm.
It only rolled a 14. You are released from the grapple.
Great. Then I'm going to trundle out of their reach.
1, 2, 3.
Like deeper into the house where they can't find me.
Okay. I know that at least 2 of them were able to reach you, so they will make opportunity attacks.
That's fine. Do I still have a +2 to my AC?
Yes.
Okay. My AC was dropped when I turned into a walrus, so.
One of them manages to grab Walrus Elwyn. The other one misses.
Oh, that's right. He can grapple me.
Uh-huh. So, Walrus
Are you sure it
Elwyn-
misses? My AC is only 11 as a walrus.
Okay, it hits.
Yeah, with the
Yeah, it was a 9 plus 4, so 13. Yep.
I got you covered in the chat.
Okay, thank you. So that's 12 damage to Walrus form.
Okay, that's fine. At least I'm soaking up some damage for a bit. And it was my action to change. So I'm just oops. Stuck here. This is my life now.
Elrus is in the building.
Elrus.
Yeah, this is
Walwyn.
my life now. I'm just gonna stay a walrus. It's fine. That's my turn.
Walrus.
Nick sent me a token, so I'm just waiting for it to upload.
Oh, it's in the art and assets channel.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Let me just set it up so that it is. Let's see. And go. Are you able to set up the HP if I give it control to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did that work?
All
Can
right, let me
everyone
check.
see its nameplate? Does it say Walwyn?
It says Walwyn, yeah.
Okay. Walwyn is in the building.
Walwyn is in the building. What was my HP now? Where's it? Okay.
Okay, that was Elwyn. Vert, you're up.
So Night Mantis says Walwyn's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So does that? So then, if I move a little bit, can I see the trouble that's going on?
Yeah, you'd have to probably get around these houses to be able to see it.
So if I
So
was like
probably
in
not
the
quite.
house a little bit, like here.
Yeah, I'll say sure.
Okay. Was it here? Yeah, I think so. And Soul
Basically,
would be
you can see
floating above.
the form of a big blue walrus,
Yep,
kind
that's
of
my
half
walrus.
out of a window, being dragged out the window by an ant with these big mandibles.
Well, I'm gonna save Walwyn. I'm going to cast Magic Missile on the. Let's see, I get 3 darts. I guess
And it's got a range of
120 feet.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
You should know that.
So, God, there's so many ants there. Yeah, I guess I will target. Well, they're probably just gonna surrender again. I don't know which ones. Probably these three, I guess. The northernmost ones.
You get 3 missiles.
Yeah, at level 1 I get 3 missiles.
Okay.
So-
The missiles pierce through those 3 ants and they drop dead. One of those was the one that was holding Walwyn.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Walrus Elwyn, you're no longer restrained.
And then
Neat.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to have Soul fire his Force Strike, his magical bolt. So his little emerald on him glows, and he fires. Pew! And he misses because I rolled a 2, but he tried his best. And I think that is it.
Okay.
That's all I can do. Let me just mark my spell slot, and I am good.
Then it is Night Mantis, who is still grappled. No one rescued her.
I was going to, but
No, she'll be fine.
Had
She's
some
not in
problems.
danger.
I
Yeah.
was soaking up
Don't worry about it.
damage.
I know,
okay.
but you're really hurt.
Yes, I am.
That and you're my walrus. I gotta help you. Night Mantis is not my walrus.
Okay. Just trying to look at her abilities to make sure I don't miss something cool she can do. Does she have a line? She does have a good line on those 2 ants. Oh. Is that a better action than freeing herself? Okay. She will level one of her pistols at the 2 ants that are menacing Charm, and she flips a dial on it and then pulls the trigger, and instead of a bullet, a concentrated wave of like thunderous energy erupts directly from it. And both of those ants need to make a Constitution saving throw. They both pass. Oh,
Do they take like half
Uh,
damage? Because I would just kill them, right?
they're minions, so they don't take half damage
Oh
from
no, Night Mantis!
effects like this.
Night
Night Mantis!
Night Mantis!
She tried.
You're so cool.
And she just like, she shoots that, and they basically just ignore it, and she's like, "Damn it, no ears, right?" And then she goes back to grappling with this ant.
I love Night Mantis. That's great.
Oh, that's interesting, though. One thing she can do with her bonus action is she then whips the pistol up towards the lip of the roof above her, and she flips another dial, and like this grapple hook pops out of it, and she fires it up, and a string, kind of comes after the hook, and grapples onto the roof, and I will make the ant make a save to try and hold on to her. Her save is... Come on, Night Mantis, do something cool for once. It fails, so the grapple hook rips her out of the ant's jaws, and she is up on the roof. And then she will... She's actually got movement now. That's cool. She will run 30 feet, dropping to the ground this direction. Oops. Okay, so right on that stick. And while she's there... Oh, she needs to take a d6 of fall damage from coming down from the roof. Of course, it's max damage.
Oh wait,
She's
can
still
I
fine.
can I use my reaction to cast Featherfall on Night Mantis?
Do you want to?
Yes.
Then, absolutely. I assume
Okay.
it's within
Reaction spell?
range.
It is a reaction spell.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
way more
she's
useful
just
than I thought
within
it was.
range.
So I'll just throw my hand out real quick and cast that spell when I notice that she's just jumping off the roof of the building.
with like no regard for her safety.
I know, I'm like, no, don't hurt yourself.
And she flashes you a grateful grin as she floats down to the ground and then dashes off away from the ant.
Wow, that was a cool turn.
And it lasts 1 minute. So if she does that again, she's okay.
Cool. Charm.
Okay, Charm's gonna make 3 attacks. There's 1, 2, 3 left. I might have to move to get to the other one. Okay. Oops. I'll just roll them all at the same time. Okay, so the lowest one is an 18.
That hits all of yours will hit then.
So I probably need to move to get to that third one, so I'll say I'm here then.
Okay, so 2 hit the minions and they both were basically cleaved in half. And then you run up, and how much damage do you do to the soldier?
Okay, so it is 26 plus 3. Plus 3 is 7, plus 3 is 10.
10. Okay, and you hit it with an attack, so...
So I can have my swarm.
Yes.
Do another attack. And another 1d6 damage. Let's see what that is. 3! 3 more damage.
Okay, that one is looking a little bit hurt now. Anything else on your turn?
Okay, so the gathered swarm counts as my bonus action. I have a little bit of movement left. How much? I can't tell how much the movement is on this map, though. So
Yeah,
shall we say it was?
lines are kind of...
Shall we say it was like 15 from here?
Yeah,
Oh, I
just
see.
about.
5, 10, 15. Okay, so I'll go 1, 2. Is that it? 3 right there?
Yeah.
Toward Walwyn. And then I think that's it.
You did walk away from the soldier, so it will try to bite you.
Oh, oh no, go ahead.
It's a very bad roll. 10 misses.
Okay. I have
Uh,
no way if they're... Okay, that's it.
Okay, the worker ants. These 2 will come up here by the window. You'll have cover from them, and then one of them will get wise and come into the house. So you won't have cover from that one. The rest of the ants that were on the map have either made it into the anthill, or basically like we're going the other direction. Oh, actually, there's 3 more down here that were going this direction. So they will head towards the battle. But will not quite get in range to strike yet. Okay, so 2 attacks through the window with cover. Let's do those first. One is a miss, because it's a 12, and you have cover.
Yeah, but my AC is with cover is 11.
Oh, with cover it's 11.
With cover, it's 11.
Okay, they're both hits.
Yeah.
And the third ant is also a hit. So that's 3 bites of 6 damage each.
Okay, so that's 18 total.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Still a walrus?
No, I got knocked out of my walrus form, and Elwyn is down to 1 HP.
And then the sting.
Wait, but hold on though.
Yes?
If large creature walrus is restrained and suddenly she's a medium creature again, can she slip out of the restraint?
Roll a dex saving throw.
Great.
AC is
One
10.
of my best Saves. Okay, I'm gonna roll one of the big ones. Did I have an advantage for any reason?
Do you have
Oh,
inspiration or
no.
anything?
Don't know. I don't know who. No. 7.
You're still restrained by it.
Yep. That's fine. Yeah. So whatever. Elwyn's down.
Well, it hasn't hit. It hasn't
Oh.
attacked yet.
I assume it's gonna hit because Ethan never misses me.
Okay. I will
And I
roll it
assume this
now.
is not one that gives me +2. Or I don't have cover.
I was going to say this one does have cover, or you do
Okay.
have cover from it. So
Okay.
+2. It isn't a great roll.
Is it above a 15?
We're going to find out. It is a 9 + 4. So no. Misses with the sting. It comes up and it manages to keep hold of you.
Trying to aim for the walrus, but suddenly the walrus isn't there. Yeah.
There's a poof, a flurry of snow, and the walrus is no longer the target, and its sting whooshes just past your head.
Great.
Glorious.
Mm-hmm.
Worker, ant, soldier. There is one left. Charm was next to it and ran away, so it's going to go for Charm. Is it, though? Yeah. It'll go for Charm. So the bite. That's a good roll. I'm rolling really well tonight. It's a good thing this isn't the Queen encounter.
Oh, God.
Yes, 20 to hit.
Yep.
So that is 6 bludgeoning damage as it grapples you. And then the sting. Rolled at advantage, 2 3s. So the sting misses.
Woo!
That's the only soldier ant. Back up to Embers.
Okay, where am I?
Okay. Embers looks at Vert and says, "All right, you're gonna get her, right?" And goes over to this this soldier ant.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. And she's gonna make at least 3 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
They're just hand to hand. Does you said a 15 hits?
It does hit these ones. Yep.
Then they all hit. Let's see. 4. $26 damage.
Wow.
That's exactly what you needed.
Yes.
Yes!
Soldier ant, dead.
Not grappled anymore.
What does
Yes.
that look like? How does that work? Tell me about that.
I think Embers has just seen how many of these things, how easily they die, and has seen their weak points,
Mm-hmm.
and is just able to, like, put her, like, gets her claws out and just, like, sinks them into the most vulnerable spots.
And just eviscerates it.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else for Embers?
I think she calls out to Vert again, because how far did she move here? Like, not far.
Maybe like 10?
Yeah. She calls out to Vert again and says, like, get Elwyn out and we're leaving. We're not fighting here, right?
I agree. Let's go.
Okay, Embers leaves.
Okay. Bye, Embers.
Come on, Charm.
Then it is
but-
Elwyn's turn.
No, Charm, come on.
Sorry, I'm upset. I hate everything.
It's your turn.
I know. I am trying to read. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what my spells do. That's like everybody that's ever played a druid ever is always like, what do my spells
What
do?
am I
Oh my
supposed to- Yeah,
god.
it's true.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be a good thing or a bad thing, but the thing I wanted to do is probably not going to matter. And I'm not in a good position to really get all three of them in a cone because I'm restrained.
Yes, you were. That's right.
Yeah, I was. Can I get the two directly in front of me in a cone, or am I just not in the right position
You're
for that?
really just not in the right position. Yeah, I see
Cool.
why you hate everything now.
I hate everything. So the only thing I can do, so I'm also out of wild shapes, is 1 hit point. My vision is starting to go dim at the edges, and I look out the window and up at the sky, and all I can think is, please help me, please help me. And I reach an arm out through the window toward the sky, shaking, covered in blood, and down comes a pillar of moonlight from the sky. 5-foot radius?
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be like this area here.
Mm-hmm. Those two.
I guess I'll draw it. As I cast Moonbeam.
Okay, that's a save on their turn when it comes around.
Yeah,
right?
it's when they start their turn there, so it's probably not gonna matter because I think Vert's probably gonna take out all three of them on his turn anyway, and it's not gonna fucking matter. But there's a Moonbeam there. And that's all I can do.
You've completely eclipsed them.
You can move it to the map layer.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, but I can't seem to get hold of it. There we go. Did it.
Yeah,
okay,
circles
Vert,
are hard
you're
to
up.
grab.
Yeah, Vert hisses at its natural predator, the moonbeam, but he will indeed take out the three of them with a whatchamadoodle,
Another
magic missile.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay.
And is there anything else on the field that's threatening?
There's 3 ants coming up this way.
Okay. So then Soul's gonna fly out, and with my bonus action, he will try and do a force strike on that nearest one.
Okay.
We'll see if we can do it this time. We got a 17 on the dice, so that's
does
a
it.
dirty 20. So pew!
Pew!
Green
Force Dart takes it out.
emerald beam, and that one's dead. And then
Hey, Soul!
Vert will start.
So we have the sun and the moon. Ha! Cool.
Vert will start going this way, I guess, towards Night Mantis and Elwyn to help them, and then that's it. Shoop.
Okay. Night Mantis is up next. Let me just check something. Okay, it stays with. All right. Night Mantis kind of runs around the moonbeam, throws a glance back to Vert and Elwyn, and says, "Just get out of here. I'll cover the retreat." And then she will take 2 shots at those ants who are coming up. Come on, Night Mantis. Be cool for once. 2 shots, 2 kills.
Yeah, so cool. So cool.
And with that, the group of you are able to retreat from this area. Would each of you make a stealth check?
Oh no.
Hmm?
We'll try. Better.
Just figure out what your DC is supposed to be here. Okay, got it. How did Embers do?
27.
Beautiful. And Charm?
15.
Elwyn?
7.
7. That makes sense. And Vert/Rhyme?
Also 15.
Okay. Overwhelming majority passes because Night Mantis passed as well. So the group of you managed to make your way out of the
Making our way.
danger zone successfully with those. I need one more thing from each of you. I need a dex saving throw.
Okay.
No. My streak of total success.
I think I've rolled above a 10 maybe twice tonight. That's it.
Okay. Vert, we'll start with you.
12.
Okay. And Charm,
16.
Embers.
A 9, which is to say a natural 1.
Oof.
Oh.
And Elwyn,
7.
7. Okay. And Night Mantis got a 10. Which is really bad for her. She has a +8 to dex saves.
Wow.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Where do you guys go next? I will keep that
Um,
in mind.
Is there a way that we can take if we have like those pheromones or whatever on us, like get rid of that before we go back to like the keep or whatever? I
Where
asked
do you
Elwyn.
go first is what I'm asking for
fine.
now.
I think just north.
North? Okay.
Just
Go
away.
somewhere away. The opposite direction of where we actually live.
Yeah.
Some more kind of circling around the town and heading to the southeast
There's
then?
like woods surrounding the town, right? We can go.
Yeah,
take
on
cover.
the sort of from the east side to the the west side to the northeast is
We
surrounded
saw
by
a
forest.
lake. We might be able to wash off any gunk in there.
Let's do that.
Okay, and Charm will get close to Elwyn and touch her and give her 6 HP.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so you head for Lake Solvstig. You manage to sneak that way, get away from any ants, and arrive at the lake safely. And you kind of regroup here. Night Mantis comes over to Elwyn and just kind of shakes her head and says, "Wow, I've got to say, that was
What?
incredible. You went down into the anthill and came back up. You must have seen everything."
Well, not everything, but I'm sorry. Can I sit down first somewhere?
Oh, right, of course. Go for it. Sorry.
Ooh. I did learn some things that are going to be important, I think. Does anybody else want some tea or something? We can take a short rest by the lake. Please.
If we
Yeah, we can
have tea, I'll
relax if we
take
have time.
some. Embers is just kind of sitting off to one side, bathing herself.
Yeah. I think Ellen will also try to wash the blood out of her clothes and try not to throw up at the same time. It's not entirely successful at either.
Soul's gonna try and keep watch for us while we're busy.
Yeah, Night Mantis also kind of keeps watch.
Charm. Charm takes out a great big hunk of sugar lump and starts nibbling on it.
Yeah, so I guess if we're taking a short rest, I'll take the time to tell them about what I learned when I was down there, that there was a kobold, tentacled kobold person named Snork who seems to be calling the shots. That the queen had some kind of weird goo helmet on, and I think it must have been Snork's doing. I think it's pretty unnatural for the queen to be taking orders from a non-ant. It just felt wrong, unnatural to me. But the queen was nice. I would really very much like to not have to hurt her if we can avoid it. I also think, since I managed to secure a position among the colony, and I am meant to be bringing back antiquities, I could probably smuggle y'all down there, like we talked about.
Crates or something?
What?
In crates or something?
Yeah. We can find some kind of fancy crate or box or something to bring down, or something. But I don't know what our plan is once we get down there. I would very much like to not hurt the queen, but
Well, it seems like, I mean, it's a kobold, right? How hard is a kobold going to be to take down?
it wasn't just a kobold, though. It had some kind of mental powers. It was speaking to the queen with telepathy or something. I couldn't hear any of it. Wasn't speaking ant speak.
Hmm.
And it had these weird tentacle things, like the frozen creature that we saw back in the dragon's lair at the Primal Nexus.
Hmm.
Looked just like that.
It occurs to you that back in Twin Towns, all accounts were that 2 small creatures went down to the Primal Nexus chamber, but you only found 1 frozen there.
I don't know what this person's up to. I was afraid to stay by myself for much longer down there, but I have an in anyway.
I'm glad you got out safe.
Yeah, it wasn't until I got out that things started happening.
Hmm.
We started having trouble. What happened? Why did they start attacking everybody? I thought we were in the clear.
That was my fault.
Me too. Very, very, very sorry. Very, very, very sorry. Bad
A
job.
couple of
Bad
them
job.
snuck up on us while we were hiding and surveying the anthill.
Well, it's not your fault. I reckon it's my fault for going in without telling y'all what I was planning to do. We didn't really have a solid plan.
Night Mantis shakes her head and says, No, nothing should detract from the magnitude of what you just accomplished. That was seriously incredible.
Yeah, you've made a solid plan for us. Now we know what to do. Thanks to you.
It was a
Night
bit
Mantis
reckless,
nods.
but
It worked.
Ellen kind of just blushes and looks into her tea. Like, can't really say anything anymore.
Well, now we could, if we think we have the manpower to just go in there and take them by surprise, that's one option.
Do we think if we take out this snork, that'll be the end of it?
Either that or we find a way to disable the helmet. I know I have some... I think I can figure out how to dispel it, but I'd need to sleep on it.
I see what you did there.
Night Mantis nods. Like everything that Elwyn suggests, she nods to it. Now.
But I'd need to get close enough to dispel it, and it may not work. I don't even know if it would work. And then if that happens, maybe we do have to take out Snork.
I wouldn't mind taking Snork. Go the other way.
It would be nice to capture him maybe and remove him from the colony and see what he knows and what he's after. Maybe we don't have to kill him.
Yeah.
Maybe we can, I have a sneaking suspicion that this all might be connected to the bigger picture. But maybe that's just because of the things we've been experiencing.
And I think Ember's just like looking nervously from Rhyme to Elwyn to Charm. It's like, how much do we want to talk about that bigger picture?
Well, I don't know. I don't think that I don't think the League of Terrors should be a secret.
League of what? League of what?
Well, we already told Night Mantis about it, didn't we, back in Port Horizon Shroud?
That's right.
She nods. I read Rhyme's notes.
Right. This
They were
might
very
be connected, but I mean, this kobold creature definitely seemed like it would be a shoo-in for the kind of terrors we've been hearing about, the ancient types of peoples.
I'd be lying if I said part of the reason I came here wasn't because deep down I suspected there might be some connection. Strange things like this, these winds, these ants erupting out of the ground. It it all reminds me of the sort of things that are happening back where I am from, the sort of things that put me on this path to begin with.
Could you give us a little bit more information about that? Could help.
She kind of, her eyes shift over to Charm as well.
Oh,
Well-
if you would like me to leave, I will depart.
No, it's okay, Charm. I've already promised Rhyme that once all is said and done here, that I will tell the group of you my story. And I will hold to that promise. And if you want me to include Charm at that time, then I'll tell her to. The shortened version, without getting into details, is that before leaving home, I overheard some things that put me on the trail of this group. And that was what led me to Port Horizon Shroud. Well, that, and in part I was looking for Rhyme over there. But all that is to say, I'm more invested now than I was.
Do you have any information about them that we don't have yet that would be helpful? Anything that you know that wasn't in Rhyme's notes?
There's a little, but the background information is important. So I think it's a story for another day.
All right.
Well, the only other thing that I would suggest that we look into is those winds. That might be something we could do separately without having to smuggle into the anthill. Because when we were looking through the now, what's the word I'm looking for? Those mines that are
Vacated.
vacated,
Empty.
thank you. Yeah. We came across some tunnels that had those very rough winds coming, those torrents coming out of it, so it's possible that we could go down there as well.
Elwin, when you were down there with the Queen, did you see a source of the wind or anything like that?
Did I? Can I make a retroactive perception check
Sure.
to see if I noticed anything? I don't trust any of my dice.
You're due for a good roll. You really
They're
are.
all bad today. They've all been terrible. Okay, that's still under a 10, but it's fine. 16.
Okay, that's good enough.
Yeah.
When you were initially led down into the chamber, there were two pathways. One of them went into the egg room with the Queen, and the other one led off in a direction you didn't quite see where it went, but that hallway was basically blocked up with a wall of dead ant bodies. Like they had built
That's right.
a wall
You did
out of
say
bodies,
that.
and you could feel light gusts of wind coming from that direction.
Mhm. Well, there was one hallway that seemed to be blocked up with, coincidentally, with carcasses of ants, but it was like they were trying to keep the wind out of their home. Maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know.
That
I don't know
mantis
how they're
looks
connected.
to Rhyme and says,
That means that they're connected. So
The
that means
tunnels
that
might be.
one of our hypotheses is correct then.
at least the tunnels seem connected, but the incidents themselves might be separate. If the ants are trying to block out these winds,
I have a theory,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't down there, so I can't say if this is right or not. But in Twin Towns, the other one of these got killed trying to activate or unleash some kind of elemental phenomenon, right?
Oh, you think there might be another nexus down there?
Some kind of wind or air thing.
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
And
Needs
I
to
think
learn more
maybe
about that.
the ants aren't fond of it, but it's what this creature wants.
Yeah, I mean that would all make a lot of sense if it's the same type of creature that was in a different nexus looking for another one. And now there's wind.
Did we recover any like notes or anything from that creature when we were in that? Remind me. No? No research.
I don't think so. No.
Notes or anything like that.
I can
Just a
look.
chicken.
Yeah,
Just
just-
no.
No,
that was a
wrong-
different place.
wrong
That was
place,
5
yeah.
years.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Well, if that's the case, maybe seeking out the Nexus isn't our priority.
I mean, shutting
Maybe
it down,
that's
wouldn't
something-
that just get rid of the Snork's motivations?
Maybe, but wouldn't it be safer to deal with that after we've dealt with the ants?
I mean,
Elwyn makes a good point. The winds aren't life threatening. At least if we get rid of the ants, people can settle back into the town.
If we take our time and be careful about the Nexus, we can find a safe way to close it. But if we try to rush and close it now, we could have the ants or even Snork himself trying to interfere.
it's true.
Yeah, I think
Go ahead.
Snork is the big problem.
Yeah, and also given what you mentioned about your job now within that colony, it's possible that Snork is looking to recover some type of artifact and using the ants to scour the lands so that they can like do something with this power that's underneath Amber
Did
Heart.
DM question. Did I get the sense from the Queen's request,
Mhm.
and if you want me to make a retroactive insight check, I can, that the artifacts that she wanted me to gather were things that were like things an ant would like, or that this was something that was told to her that we needed to gather by
Let's
her
do that
conversation with
retroactive
Snork.
insight check.
Okay.
We could.
So terrified of your dice.
Okay, 17.
Oh.
Still
17.
rolled under a 10, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there.
You
17.
got the sense that it was more like things that the queen would enjoy, more like
Okay.
baubles and interesting
Yeah,
things than
Right.
like trying to dig up some legendary artifact or something like that.
Yeah. I get the sense that the artifacts that I meant to gather are things, knickknacks and things from town that might be interesting to an ant. I think that if I was meant to be digging up something important, she'd be sending me somewhere underground probably instead of up on the surface.
Okay.
But it's possible. She mentioned if I did a good job, I could be up for promotion, and who knows what kind of jobs I'd be up for then. Maybe if I do a good job, I could get in a little deeper and figure out what it is Snork's trying to get these ants to do.
Do you actually want to do this job, or do you just want to carry us down there?
I don't know. I just want as peaceful a resolution to this as we can do. I don't want to have to.
Well, I promise I'm not going to even try to kill anybody. You know, that's not what I say when I mean take care of Snork.
Yeah, I know.
Do
I
have
just-
a dungeon now. So
Well, and I feel like these ants are very aggressive, and one wrong step, and the queen would eat me. If she even suspected me, she'd just eat me. That was the threat. It was very clear. So I don't know. It's risky to try and continue to play this game. I think I could do it, but would it be worth the risk to get more information? I don't know what I could glean, if anything. I don't know how much information the lower ranks even get.
That's the thing. I think all the information that we want is going to come from Snork.
Right. So maybe I do carry y'all down there and pretend to carry out my tasks, and y'all can do some reconnaissance, sneak around and be unseen. And I could try to cover for you. I don't know.
Being cagey to put him in a cage sounds like a plan.
or you carry us down there and we try this dispelling power of yours?
If I carry y'all
I
down
have
straight
arcane
to the
disruptor
queen's,
grenades. That could work too.
that could work. Yeah, it could work. I mean, if I carry y'all down straight into the queen's chamber, so we can try and get rid of this helmet, like that's going to be a big fight, and people could get hurt if we just charge in like that. So
We've been in big fights before.
yeah, well, you saw what just happened upstairs in town.
Well, that happened because we were all separated. This time we would all be together.
Maybe we bring Torin too. He seems big and brutish.
That's a good way to describe him.
I guess it depends how many crates you can carry down. How strong are you when you're an ant?
Oh, well, I think I can carry up to 4 or 5 times my weight. That's what it said in the description of the creature that you gave me.
Maybe,
4 or
maybe-
5 times your weight being 1,125 pounds.
Mhm. 5 times its normal carrying capacity is what it was.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I can carry quite a bit. Maybe how heavy is Torin? Like 200 pounds?
Probably a bit more, but
I could
With
carry
gear
like
and
4 or
stuff.
5 Torins. So-
Charm can also summon a large ant to help.
Oh,
and I mean, it doesn't even have to be you carrying all of this. You can give orders to another ant to say, "Hey, I found these crates. Help me take them down." You know.
oh, that's true. I could just, yeah, that's true. It's true.
sounds like we have a plan.
Mhm.
I say we rest. Wash up here in the lake. Take a night in the keep. Make a map out of Elwyn's memory of the caverns. And then do this thing.
Yeah.
And she nods.
All right. All right.
Was it? I'm guessing there was no light down there, right?
It would have been dark, yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty dark.
Am I the only one that
You
doesn't have
would've-
dark vision?
I didn't notice because I have superior dark vision.
Yeah, I
so
know you do.
it's
Well, as an
totally fine.
ant, you had 60
I had
feet of
blind sight too, yeah,
so-
as an ant. But I think I have a spell that I could take to give you dark vision.
I do too.
think. Oh, well, if you have it, then you do it.
I have access to that spell. I would need to, when we sleep, I can do that.
Yeah,
Or
I
can,
would also need to. Do I have that spell?
I have artificer magics that I could also use as well.
Oh yeah. Then yeah, here you can take care of yourself.
Yep. I can
Alright.
do the goggles of night.
How dark was it down there?
Was it like pitch black down there?
Would have been pitch black.
It was dark. The only light that reached it was from the hole that led down, and that didn't even reach into the tunnels very far. So
Okay,
You gonna be
Wow, what are
okay,
you
Embers?
thinking?
sure.
Sure.
Can you see? Wait, does Embers have dark vision?
Embers does
No.
have dark vision.
She does. Okay.
Is she afraid of the dark?
Insight check.
I can roll. Yeah, I can roll inside check.
Yeah, I'll roll deception. Sure, why not?
Okay.
Rolled. Wow, it's a 4 on die -2.
Oh,
I rolled above a 10 for the first time all night.
Hey.
It doesn't even matter. 22, bitches.
Dang, I got an 8, so I guess I got it too.
I'm not crazy about the dark.
I mean, we could bring light sources with us, or have spells prepared for that.
Or, torches or something.
Right. Do ants care about fire much? Do they not like fire?
They have about the regular sensibilities towards fire.
Okay, don't walk into it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if that's the plan, we should.
Make our way back to the keep.
Yep.
Right. The group of you trudge back to the keep.
After washing off whatever stuff so they can't track
Ugh.
us.
Finishing my bath.
Yeah.
Don't you have like prestidigitation or something?
I don't have that prepared now.
Oh. Wait, you can prepare cantrips?
Yeah, I get
Or is
cantrips.
that something else? Yeah, well, cantrips aren't usually things you can change out when you prepare spells.
Well, I
You're
don't
stuck
have
with
it.
your cantrips.
Yeah, I haven't changed my
I
cantrips.
thought you had
so-
it.
No.
I thought you had it.
No.
Never mind.
I can change one cantrip because I have a magic item.
That's
Oh,
true.
that's it.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fine. We can just wash the old-fashioned way.
Mm-hmm. So you all washed off, head back to the keep, and we will pick up there next week, I think, because it's about
Alright.
time. So
Okay.
thank you everyone for playing. Thank you to everyone who tuned in to watch. We will be back with more of this Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Hope to see you then. Bye.
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 Bye.